Dwight is furious because the crew has lost $150 million and, more significantly, the barrels of 50 in the opening scene of Tulsa King Season 3 Episode 4. He tells everyone that they must cooperate in order to get things back on track because they are a family. Tyson is hung out to dry here and given the responsibility of resolving this issue and retrieving the barrels. Tyson's father even encourages his kid to do the same by teaching him a valuable lesson about how he changed his own life. It appears to work, as the two collaborate to make up for the previous episode's wrongs. Bill arrives at the warehouse in the midst of this chaos and is taken aback to see that the alcohol has been removed. However, since he obviously has a stake in the distilling business, he is fighting them. As if he needed more persuasion, Dwight also discloses that Dunmire's group killed a few of Bill's men. Dwight advises Bill to play things smart, even if he wants to go all guns blazing. He wants to find the men who moved the equipment so that Dunmire will have a hard time. Regretfully, Dunmire is a frightening man, and the driver isn't giving up. Ray finds out about Dwight's distillery plans and wants to move in and profit from them, but Bodie has a little more luck here, hacking into Dunmire's system and canceling orders, rerouting shipments, and generally being a pest. He even ends up sending 100 cases of stolen Dunmire alcohol over to the nursing home. However, you're not the only one creating waves. While Musso rings and cautions Dwight to keep his attention on his other work, Margaret goes to Thresher. Cal Thresher's campaign isn't doing well here, and his whole bachelor persona isn't doing especially well either. Margaret, sensing this, approaches Cal behind Dwight's back. She will assist him in improving his polling skills in return for him selling back his portion of the property. In essence, she will be giving him the key to the governor. Despite his first reluctance, Dwight can accept the alluring offer. Recognizes the significance of this for Margaret and consents to let her handle it. He will, of course, watch her closely, though. Here, the Dunmires begin to feel the heat as the company struggles. It is obvious from Cole's plea about the 50 that all he wants is his father's love and approval. He wants his father to join him for a congratulatory drink at the warehouse after acknowledging that he has done equipment for himself. But, much to Cole's dismay, after tasting the bourbon, he simply gives thanks to God rather than to Cole. Tyson goes on a stakeout with his father while the 50 is being moved. They catch the stripper. Tyson enjoys driving Cole's truck, which is interesting. She actually leads them directly to where the barrels with the 50 are located when they tail from behind. After arranging a distraction and successfully holding Cole at gunpoint, Dwight and the team arrive and plan to bring the alcohol back here. The group departs with their barrels after Jeremiah finally gives up, despite the fact that for a little while it appears that he is content for Cole to die. Sadly. That evening, Ray contacts Bill while he is operating the alcohol-filled truck and makes a proposal. The implication is obvious even if he doesn't say it directly. He wants to utilize Bill and collaborate with him to discredit Dwight. Therefore, aside from a brief standoff outside the warehouse, the gang gets their barrels back with virtually little opposition. The episode primarily concentrates on the various interpersonal dramatizations that are interspersed throughout the chapter. Here, we see a stronger link between Tyson and his father, and the collaboration between Thresher and Margaret gives the situation a special twist. The conflict between Musso and Ray, which feels far more aggressive and tense than in prior seasons, pulls Dwight in a variety of ways. Hopefully, the program will take advantage of this and use some of these plates collapsing and crumbling to create extra suspense and excitement. Right now, Cole's blatant attempt to gain Jeremiah's respect is really one note. Jeremiah saves Cole's life after Dwight threatened to kill him if Dunmire didn't give up the stolen alcohol, proving that he isn't as evil as viewers may have thought. Dunmire's steadfastness might have compelled Dwight to make that decision himself in a more powerful scenario. Rather, Dunmire releases all the tension by giving up and demonstrating that he is not as heartless as he has been made out to be. The series might be growing too large for its britches with so much going on at once, and this Dwight vs. Dunmire rivalry is rapidly turning into nothing more than a massive urination contest. Too many supporting characters and not enough. While keeping a number of the supporting characters from Season 2, the cast has increased and extended with Season 3, giving the series a larger and more epic scope than previously. However, That might not be the greatest course of action for the program because, unlike in the first 2 seasons, the focus has significantly changed from being mostly on Dwight to being distributed among a number of characters, some of whom are less interesting, which may deter some viewers.